Welcome to Crimson Guitars, welcome to a mini-torial. This is where I'm going to show you something mini of the tutorial. What an intro, hey? Anyway, basically, I love the Schaller Hannes bridge. Since the day that I saw it, I thought, my God, that is sexy, sexy, sexy. I've become somewhat used to it. And it's not particularly easy to install, which is fine. It's worth it. It's sexy. You know, sexy things should be a little bit harder to attain, and that's all good. However, they've gone and changed the damn design. The bridge is fine, but the problem that we have is these saddles and the base plate are basically the carbon graphite something saddly type stuff from Ghost, etc., which is non-conductive, which is slightly problematic because we need to earth our bridge, otherwise we get hum and noise and slight chance of death. Do you know anybody who's been electrocuted by a guitar? In recent years, I don't. But then again, I wouldn't because they'd be gone. Anyway, now the guitar used to be, or at least the bridge used to be designed with a large ferrule base plate trap type thing, which you could quite easily earth. And that was what we did. We would have to inlay a whole big rectangular, whatever that shape is, bit of metal, and then drill and use that to earth your guitar. Now the problem with that is that you have to do routing. They thought, okay, fine, well, because that's difficult and routing involves a luthier, really, or a very, very brave lay person, let's do something much easier. Let's use ferrules, which are much easier, except for the fact that they have to be individually ground. Otherwise, your guitar's not ground properly. Grounded. Grinded. Several funny things happened in my brain there, and I'll let you just... So, basically, what we need to do is we need to run a cable in between each one of these. Always use a brad awl or something to start the hole off. And then you drill. And it really is that simple. So, yeah. The mini-torials are not meant to be rocket science. I'm not capable of rocket science, to be honest. Cool. Bonk. And there we have it. I wondered when that would happen. Long drill bits, or the lack thereof. The bane of guitar builders everywhere. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit worried about the proximity of my drill to the guitar body, so just put a little bit of something there to protect it. Needn't have worried. There we go. So, get out of there. So simple. That's all good. The next thing is actually doing some wire. it's cut. It's twisted. Now, don't ask me how I know, but if you wedge it in from the other side, it will get stuck. And we don't really want that. So we're trying to, oh no, not quite. What I'm trying to avoid is having 6 individual, oh screw it. Do you know what? This is a total waste of time. I hate doing things on camera for the first time. I also hate reworking and redoing things. So I've just changed my mind on how this should be done. Because the holes that I've drilled are going down in a sort of a zigzag fashion, what that means is that if I pull this entire long strand of wire through, it will, through friction and the zigzag, basically just stay there. And that's not what we need. We need to be able to pull it all the way through. So yeah, what I'm doing now is toying with the camera person. I'll wait till she gets close up and then move and do something else, because it's funny. All right, so we've got a little piece twisted. Put that in place and then push that down, because it doesn't have to be one long strand, as long as it is physically connected, or as long as each ferrule is physically connected to the next ferrule, you're sorted. Actually, you need several. Okay. Well, there we go. I'm going to leave you for a second while I put the rest in, because this is a mini-torial. You don't need all of this footage. I'll see you in a second. Okay, that's in. That's the actual earth wire going through, although I've left that a little bit long. No, that doesn't matter. Come on, what are you talking about? It's almost as if he's winging it. There we go. All right, now, so boy, Allen key, stay where I put you. So we now have a bunch of ferrules, and what's going to happen is each ferrule is going to be touching 2 pieces of wire, and therefore connecting to the next one and the next one and the next one. Kind of like I'm connected to you directly, because we're all touching atoms in the air, and prototype Crimson Guitar's ferrule setter. The actual production version has got a kink in it there, which allows it to work for both these ferrules and tuner ferrules. When they were setting up the camera, they said, "So you're going to do anything particularly loud?" No, no, not at all. Just the hand drill, a little bit of hand drill. Yeah, hammering. Essentially, the ferrule setter sits snugly inside the ferrules. Meaning you are not hammering anywhere near your guitar or damaging the ferrules. So, there we go. Cut for a second and then I'll show you the final thing. And there we go. The guitar, each string is now properly grounded, which really Well, I don't know. It's a pity that from my point of view, it's a pity that the guitar doesn't come with an easy way to do that. However, I do understand why Schaller do it that way, because it's easier for the general public to install one of these now. Excuse me. So we're just going to, because we're here, we're just going to quickly film the last stages of installing this bridge. One last thing I need to say is I'm using a hammer that's got a highly polished head on it, because there are a couple of things here that I do need to just install. And if I'm careful, a polished hammer will do that quite nicely. So I don't think I really need to actually show you how to install the rest of this bridge system, because it is literally a case of tightening 2 bolts. All right, look. I am a fan of the Schaller Hannes bridge. I love it. I think it is so sexy. Schaller, German quality of quality. It's an awesome tool, and it's an awesome tool. It's an awesome company that make great things. I wish that there was some sort of way that they would solve this problem, make it a little bit easier for us. But it is what it is. We've got an awesome bridge. Looks great, works very well, and I'm looking forward to finishing this guitar. So go away. Fine, I'll go away then.